Okay, hello, welcome to episode 57 of No Holds Barred Pod. That's Sal Dodson.
Good afternoon, that is still Don McGowan. Welcome one and all. Please, just before we continue, hit like, share, subscribe. Much appreciated. Saves me saying it later.
Yeah. I had a thought about that the other day, because we always say like, share, subscribe, and I always put it out on our social media and stuff. Subscribe, if anyone's listening and doesn't think, subscribe doesn't mean you have to pay anything. It just means follow us.
No.
So, yeah, so you can just, when you go and listen on YouTube or Spotify, if you just hit the follow button, then that's what we mean.
All it really means is you get notifications when we put out a new video.
Exactly. You'll never miss an episode, basically. So, and we've got an exciting one next week as well coming up. We got
it's been a while.
A guest for our discussions sort of series of podcasts, because we had 3 of those last year, and then we haven't had any since the new year.
I know, my
bad. We've got the fantastic Emma Monk coming in on Monday to chat to us. She's quite well known now on social media and Substack for her debunking of the culture wars bullshit, basically. Yeah. She's brilliant at it. She's absolutely amazing. She's so forensically breaks down the culture wars.
She's got the patience of a saint.
Yeah, she does. So I chatted to her a couple of days ago and said, "Do you fancy coming for a chat?" And she said, "Absolutely love to." So yeah, so that'll be Monday. We're going to do that for our discussions episode, and we'll obviously do our normal episode as well. But yeah, so if you hit subscribe or follow, then you'll never miss us.
One for the truth seekers.
Yeah, definitely.
The real ones.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Don, what's happening in your life right now?
Well, I've been out in Stroud today because it's been sunny and raining, but it's been sunny most of the day. I saw what are they called now?
Rain after having Kansas last night that nobody warned us about. Oh, yeah. But even Liz Webster was tweeting about, what the hell is this?
I know. Yeah, she's not far from me. It was pretty bad down here. Yeah. As you said, I said to you on my text, I was writing in the kitchen and just kept looking over my shoulder thinking the shed's about to blow away. So
I closed my curtains at 3 p.m. because if my greenhouse was going to blow away, I didn't want to watch it happen. There's plants in there. Somehow it's still standing. Paul tied it down quite well. It seems.
That happened last year, didn't it, to you?
Yeah, but because we put the greenhouse in a very, very stupid part of the garden, retrospect, we didn't think it through. Now it's at the back of the garden where the wind doesn't get to, but it did last night because swirly business. So, yeah, it's still there somehow.
Because it happened to me like years ago at our old house. I just plonked the shed on the drive. It's like one of these metal ones. And I hadn't secured it to anything, and suddenly got a storm and it blew the shed all the way down the driveway into the woods. Paint everywhere. It's like, oh no.
Did you go and get it?
Oh yeah. I had to go and pick it all up.
It's heartbreaking, isn't it?
It is. Get all my tools off the driveway and out the field.
Oh, I can't. It hurts me just hearing about that.
I know. It was a nightmare.
I'm so burnt out right now. Anything makes me cry, so just warning you. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I'm just so done in. They started talking about how we've got a wild deer problem in Wales. And my brain just went to, I wonder if you can get hold of antlers. And then my other bit of brain went, you haven't got a dog anymore, dickhead. And I was like, and the poor fella stood there like, you were right. Like, sorry, you were talking about wild deer, weren't you?
You've just had a whole conversation in your head with yourself.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like a lunatic. I'm just so tired. That's all it is. And I can't, I want to be doing things and I don't have the energy. And so I feel useless. And then that brings on depression. So just trying to mitigate everything with everything I can find at the moment.
Well, yeah, I was just saying, I was out in Stroud this afternoon and went to Boots and I noticed next to Boots there was a stall with there's always people in Stroud shouting about this, that and the other. More often than not, it's like Free Palestine or, peace and shouting. Love. Stroud's quite like that. But today they had the Light magazine. Do you know the Light? You know the Light magazine, yes. So
is it the Jovo people Light magazine?
No, it's the far right people.
Oh.
It's the far right.
The Light would imply some sort of Messiah business.
Yeah, no, it's not religious. No, their big slogan is not far right, just right. I'm like, if I had more time, I would have gone up and had a chat to them.
It's called Light.
The Light, it is the Light magazine.
So just because it rhymes with right.
I don't know. It's been going for a long time though. The Light. But I see them in places every now and again. I've seen them in Gloucester and stuff, but I've never seen them in Stroud. It's a really odd place for them to be because Stroud's not like that at all. It's very kind of diverse, accepting, kind of a bit hippie-ish place.
You see, that would have been an ideal opportunity to vox pop.
If I had time, I would have stopped and chatted to them because, like, you know, it'd be interesting to see, you know, not in an antagonistic way, just generally to see, like, I'm your antithesis, come and talk to me, but in a nice way, sort of thing. But yeah, I had to get back because I was running out of time on the car parking, so I didn't have time today. But I might go back next week and see if they're there again. Might be worth a vox pop.
Well, I don't think they'll be turning up in Liverpool anytime soon, somehow.
Well, no, you wouldn't have thought, but I wouldn't have thought they would be in Stroud. It was weird. It's a strange place for them.
Chancing their arm, aren't they?
Yeah, I think that's it.
It's not everywhere. They couldn't like do that in Bristol, could they, or Bath?
Well, there was a big Fash march in Bristol last weekend or the weekend before. But
I mean, they'll try that. Well, they're chancing their arm on the 21st in Liverpool, aren't they?
Yeah,
they will chance it in groups. But they won't stand there, just one or two of them, trying to flog some sort of scummy fascist piece of crap
magazine. Yeah, the light was kind of, I think I first sort of heard of it during COVID. It was sort of being used to spread like anti-vax and kind of COVID denial stuff, and then it's sort of, but it's always been around that. Yeah, anti-science, anti-everything, but it's far right basically. It's just basically could be Matt Goodwin's comic book. So yeah. Anyway, that was a weird, strange thing to see in Stroud today. But yeah. But the guy with his, there's one guy who stands outside Ecotricity, which is Dale Vince's building.
Yeah.
So Ecotricity has a gigantic Palestine flag on the front, and it has done for months now. Oh, years actually, 2 years since the war, 3 years since the war started. And there's always one man, and he's in his 70s, I'd say, white hair, white beard, and he has a big CND flag, rainbow CND flag, and he just walks around outside Ecotricity every day, waving at cars, giving people the peace sign. That's more like Stroud.
Yeah.
And he's there all the time. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to that old fella who's doing a one-man peace mission in Stroud. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, should we talk about some other stuff that isn't so peaceful?
Go on. Hit me. I bring very little to the table this week because I'm done in. But
yeah, no, fair enough.
Happy to chat with you about what you want to talk about.
As I said to you, I've been running around, so I haven't really made loads of notes. But like the war stuff, not a lot has changed since our last episode, has it? As far as I can see, anyway. It's been difficult to get accurate reporting. This week seems to have been, they've dialed it right back, the reporting of it, but
they've all, I mean, it struck me before, we've never been such a been such an enormously surveilled world. Yet 3 entire countries have completely switched everything off, which,
weird,
well, it's not weird. They're literally just trying to hide the crimes. All of them.
Yeah, we said that on the last.
Because they're none of them like great people. I wish I knew what to tell you. What I was surprised about, I sent Don a reel off Instagram, I think it was before. The Iranians are fully taking on the culture war with America and have produced, bafflingly, I can't quite get my head around it, a Lego video. Now, somebody called it propaganda. I think propaganda is when they put out bullshit, but it wasn't bullshit. It was basically a Lego cartoon of a fighter jet taking off in America and a little Lego girl going to Lego school. And
getting disappeared.
I can't, I want to say I can't fault it, but I can't.
Yeah, and then it kind of
I don't agree with it, but I'm actually quite surprised that such an institution baked so deeply in like history and academia would stoop to America's levels, if you know what I mean. But it hits.
Yeah, it does hit. Like, we would have put a clip in, but it's not really good for the pod, is it? Because it's silent. There's no dialogue in it. But yeah, it kind of goes on. It's a little girl gets killed by an American missile, and then it looks like her father, I guess. This is all in Lego minifig animation. Her father gets, wound up, and he's obviously an Iranian kind of military guy, and then it just showing how they're attacking America, isn't it? Like fast boats, like planes attacking, drones attacking, missiles attacking, and there's a little minifigure of Benjamin Netanyahu running, which is I found a bit
That
fun. But
turns out he's spending most of his time in the sky.
is he? Is that what he's doing to keep away from it all? Yeah.
Absolute. Meanwhile, the president of Iran is walking through the streets for the demonstration they had yesterday for, is it Al-Quds
Day? Yeah. Al-Quds, yeah.
I mean, he's a brave man, hell.
Well, I saw a bit today with Pete Hegseth. Well, I didn't see, I heard it on the radio. That
oh
he
my
did a press conference.
Jesus.
And he was saying that, well, first of all, he was saying that the new supreme leader may well be dead or could be maimed or losing. They're just guessing. This is propaganda, basically, you know.
Yeah.
After he put out a statement yesterday. But, he's... Hegseth is so stupid. It's like drunk or stupid. You don't know with Hegseth, right? He's either pissed or
unbelievable
dumb. He's saying it's fine to go through the Strait of Hormuz if only Iran weren't firing missiles at boats and laying mines in the strait. He said it's fine other than that. Anyone can go through it apart from that. You're like, what the fuck? You're an idiot, man. So, like, the world's global, like, energy prices are soaring because Iran have cut this off as a tactical
Iran have told them what the rules are. You can pass through the Strait of Hormuz if you kick out American and Israeli diplomats.
France and I think Germany have gone
and I'm
to try
with
and
them
negotiate.
on that.
But France and Germany...
Spain are kicking them out, aren't they?
No, but France and Germany are trying to negotiate with Iran to get through. They've gone to Iran directly. They've cut out America in this. And they've just been to Iran and go, can we, you and I do something about this? Because that's a smart move, because America needs to be sidelined, and it is becoming more and more isolated around the world, I think. Like, there's not many people still four square behind Trump on this. So, it's...
Well, Iran, they're trying to, dismantle the cryonists and the American hegemony, aren't they? So,
just looking at oil prices. Oh, good. We're at $98 a barrel. Brent is actually $102 a barrel, just as we speak right now.
Crude
oil is at,
doesn't it?
Crude oil's at 98 and Brent is at 102.
Oh, okay.
So, crude oil's up...
I don't know much about oil, if I'm honest.
No, crude oil is up 58% on the month. 58% this month. So Trump's little speech he did the other day to try and calm the markets has not worked, and unsurprisingly. And I saw the petrol prices are obviously climbing in the UK as well now because of it, because anything that happens anywhere is an excuse for, the people in Britain to gouge us as consumers.
I'm shitting bricks, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's not looking good, but hopefully it just doesn't go on for too long. But I saw
and the calls to cut welfare have already started, so I'll be crying about that soon, literally.
Yeah. Well, I saw the Petrol Retailers Consortium are due to meet Rachel Reeves just probably about now, actually. And they got a bit pissy with something she said earlier, saying...
Oh, so that...
She doesn't want them to gouge prices and it's unacceptable and she'll be keeping an eye on it. That pissed them off. She didn't really say that much.
While being a confirmed out-and-out cryonist.
Yeah, but, But
the irony is just breathtaking.
The people that sell us our petrol are hiking prices when they don't necessarily need to, and she's trying to put a stop to that, which is, her job.
Mm-hmm.
But the petrol billionaires have decided they had a temper tantrum about it, said, oh no, Rachel Reeves' words were too strong, we're not going to go and meet her. But then they changed their minds and they are going to meet her. But I don't know, we'll see what comes out of it. But
why can't we just kick Israel and America out? Go back into the EU, everything will be fine again. Just saying.
Yeah, it would be nice.
It's outrageous.
It is. The other thing I find really, really distressing about the entire war thing is that I think at last count we're at about 10 oil tankers on fire in the Persian Gulf and around that area.
Just on fire. Sorry, I'm laughing.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, let's come to that in a second. But yeah, no, I was just going to say the ecological damage must be horrific because they're
I
setting oil
can't.
tankers on
Yeah.
fire. It's just, it's terrifying what's going to be left over after this if they're just going to keep setting oil tankers on fire. Because
Well, the sensible people are going to have to step up and take over, aren't they?
But one oil spill's bad enough. If you're setting 10, I think at the moment, tankers on fire, doesn't bear thinking about how grim those waters are going to be afterwards.
No.
So. Yeah.
It's
so
horrendous.
you're
Oh no, I was just giggling because we saw a headline. I think it was yesterday, saying that the was it the USS Gerald Ford?
Gerald Ford, yeah.
Caught fire. Just caught fire. It was in the middle of a war zone, and it just caught fire.
Spontaneously combusted. Yeah.
Must have been somebody smoking in bed, or I don't know, a lecky blanket or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Unreal. The links, that's propaganda.
Yeah, that is definitely propaganda.
Utterly dishonest.
Sure. Yeah. Because obviously something's hit it, someone's attacked it. You know, you don't just accidentally have an aircraft carrier go on fire, do you? So,
but then that would be to admit that Iran have got all the capabilities America bragged about already wiping out last week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, it's a tricky one.
Well, that's the same of them bragging that they wiped out their nuclear capabilities in last year.
Yeah.
When they obviously didn't.
They are. And do you know what? I don't know if we pointed it out before. Probably have. Iran would be absolutely incompetent to not get their own nuclear missile now. That's the position they've been put in.
Mm.
Now, the previous Ayatollah had a fatwa on nuclear weapons. It was just utterly against the law, but when he dies, that dies with him. So it's entirely up to whoever takes his place as to whether they want to enrich uranium and build nuclear weapons. And you'd have to have half a brain to not do it now.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen, but
apparently...
go on.
So, no, I just recently, before I came on, heard from, might have been Ryan Grimm, that there's something called the Japan option. The Japan option, whereby Japan don't have nuclear capabilities, but they process it for energy in such a way that they could quite quickly enrich enough to have nuclear capabilities in a very short space of time. So they're not actually doing it, but they could if they wanted, which is what speculators think Iran are going to end up doing.
Yeah, that's been the kind of chatter about it, hasn't it? But I mean, it's one of those things that I keep seeing memes online about, like Iran being 2 weeks away from having nuclear weapon capability.
They don't need them right now. Oh, they spent 20 years building up the arsenal for this attack.
Yeah, they have. They're just, I mean, again, we're going to say it. You know, we're not bigging up Iran because Iran's a terrible regime, but they have outsmarted Donald Trump at every single juncture on this war. Everything they've done. The whole thing about closing the Strait of Hormuz it's been leaked out drips and drops over the last week that the Americans didn't even consider it. They didn't even think
such
this
an
in their plan.
Entirely probable outcome.
Well, of course, it's so obvious, you know.
What the fuck?
Exactly, that's how childlike and simple these American people are.
It's like watching Ronald McDonald in the ring with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, exactly.
And he can throw as many hamburgers at him as he wants. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, that's what you get when you have a Fox News anchor for your Secretary of Defense and planning strategy, and then you leave the rest up to your son-in-law and the guy who looks like Nosferatu. It's like, what do you expect? This is not a credible military
They're the new Nazis.
system. Well, no, but the Nazis were disciplined, drilled.
Sorry,
they were they were fully trained and drilled.
Very valid point.
The Americans are so far from that. It's like it's I don't know, like what do you call them? The Keystone Cops. It's like they're just chasing their tail because they don't know what they're doing. They just thought
more like the Anthill mob.
Oh, the Anthill mob, yeah, maybe. They were a bit more inept, weren't they?
But they're just
chucking missiles down, going, yeah, that's going to work, and then realizing, oh shit, Iran are fighting back, and actually they're really good at it. It's like, what are we going to do now?
And they've been waiting 20 years.
Yeah, planning, waiting. And Trump said twice this week that we've won the war. No, you haven't. You really have not. It's
They're all insane.
Yeah, insane and just stupid. There's
Yeah.
not a credible bit of
baffling, isn't it?
intelligence across the whole of the kind of Trump administration. What was it Scott Bessent said the other day? I can't remember. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, your man who's taken over from Kristi Noem, I just read on Twitter before that in his previous job, he was he employed a man with criminal convictions and mental health problems who owned guns and stuff that he wasn't allowed to own. He's such a competent pair of hands.
Oh, good.
Must have had the same Reform, candidate checker.
Yeah, vetting by Reform UK. Oh, yeah, that was the thing. Scott Bessent has, to stabilize global energy markets, he's green-lighted the sale of Russian oil. So he's saying, don't worry, we can buy Russian oil now. Funny that, isn't it?
Which means Putin then has more money to go and buy weapons to smash Ukraine. They're all fucking insane! Jesus H! Little boys who are bored.
Yeah, it doesn't do much to kind of dispel the rumors of Trump being controlled by Putin, does it? You know, when they're
how is this not the end of capitalism?
I mean, it won't be.
Because America are going to bankrupt themselves.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
like
quite
Iran's either like, you know, we're going to batter Israel to death or bankrupt America. Either way, one of these things is going to happen.
Yeah, they're pretty determined. It's just mad. But like that, yeah. So they've, in order to bring down global oil prices, that's his latest trick. Instead of actually negotiating or working with Iran or changing things in the war or stop being a warmongering twat, they're going to deal with Putin instead. I mean, it's just mad. I don't know what to say else apart from that. It's just mental.
Did I mention on the last pod about the Chinese trolling the Americans? I'll send you some photos to put up now for people who are watching. Epic. And I didn't know the Chinese had such a great sense of humour. You know, when they were all doing the hands on Trump, like he's the second coming.
Yeah.
The Chinese are doing it. They're doing it. It's a thing now in China. Where everybody in a workplace or a school or wherever, they all get around one person and lay hands. It's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
it's
have
so
a look
funny.
at the pictures. Yeah. Oh, awesome. No, I haven't seen that. Yeah, I mean, they've just become a global laughing stock because everybody, apart from Trump and his MAGA crowd, everyone in the world is going, oh my God, this is just ridiculous. Your stupidity is making our lives difficult and we're on the other side of the fucking world. It's just mad. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Are we up to talking about the children being subpoenaed?
No, we can talk about them. Yeah,
in yet more. Oh my fucking Jesus!
Yeah. I know. I saw it this morning, and I was like, "Oh Jesus Christ! These are the people that Elon Musk picked."
The Doge kids.
Yeah,
have finally been subpoenaed, and it's as breathtaking as you might imagine. To be honest.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? I just said, I said exactly that in my notes. Oh, sorry, just got a call, one sec.
They're sitting there saying how because they weren't allowed to use Telegram on their government devices, their work phones essentially, they had to put it on their personal phones and then put top secret government documents on their personal phones to send via Telegram to somebody else up in the administration on their personal phone, because they also want to allow Telegram on their work mobile phone. And it is insane. I hope China have hacked the shit out of them.
I'm sure they will have. Yeah. I mean, it's just mad. But I mean, this was the problem. And I wrote a post about it this morning. It's like, how can, how will Reform UK and particularly Zaya Youssef not being held accountable because they were doing the same stuff in our country? Like, it's crazy in America. Elon Musk implied all these mini tech bros, like as you say, they're kids, they're like 20, 21, to go into government state departments, and they closed down so many of them, and they made thousands of people unemployed, these boys. And yeah, taking people's data and sharing it around on personal phones with no accountability. But that's what Zaya Yusuf was trying to do here. But everyone's just forgotten about it.
They weren't in government.
Who?
Like, how did he have access to governmental documents? He's an unelected bureaucrat. Zaya Yusuf.
Musk. Well, no, because they went into, particularly they started in Kent County Council. That's what I did loads of FOIs about last year. Like, and everyone assured me that they weren't getting access to private data. But I know from a friend who was involved in that now, that I'm not going to name names, we know who he is, that they were getting people's data, you know, and they shouldn't have been. It's illegal, but we've forgotten about it. So, because they've done 6 press conferences this week on immigration. So.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, but it's just mad. These young kids being deposed now and having to admit what they did.
It's the arrogance that they're sitting there with. Just makes me want to punch the screen.
Yeah, I know.
Freaking 20-year-old imbeciles, like,
Yeah, 20-year-old incels, I'd say. But because they were talking about, like, just targeting people with who, in their words, DEI hires, and just trying to lay them off. And they did lay off loads of people.
Yeah.
Because in their mind, DEI hires, diversity, equality, inclusive, means black people, brown people, disabled people, you know, minorities. So they
killed people?
Sacked them off. Yeah, exactly. They sacked them. And they didn't give them any kind of warning or severance or anything. They were just, right, you're out, and close down government departments at the age of 20-year-old. It's just crazy. Yeah.
They need to be put in prison.
You'd hope they will be at some point. I mean, all this stuff has to happen when Trump is gone one way or the other, because he won't let it happen at the moment. But yeah, they do need to be put in prison. I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, well, do you want me should we move on to my Reform Roundup? I have a word about this.
Yeah, you should have registered that, really.
Yes, because I've written in my notes in capital letters, "Back down, James O'Brien. This is ours." We had Reform Roundup.
Please do tag James O'Brien on this podcast so that he can see.
I think he's only on Blue Sky, but when I put the Blue Sky out, I might tag him. But yeah, I noticed in the week that James O'Brien and Henry Riley have started doing a Reform Roundup now. Henry Riley is a funny one because he's quite right-leaning when he's on his own, but when he's on O'Brien's podcast, he kind of pulls more towards
Teddy, isn't he?
Well, he pulls more toward the left and whatever James O'Brien says. But yeah, back down, O'Brien. All right, that's ours.
This is Don's gig.
Yeah. So there's not loads because we talked about a lot on Tuesday, but mainly I wrote about that Reform polling numbers are dropping through the floor. They've sunk.
Oh.
I know, it's a shame, isn't it?
Oh, no.
From their peak sort of last year.
Who could have predicted that?
Yeah, Find Out Now had that at about 35% at one point, which is just insanely overinflated.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, exactly.
Bots can't vote.
No, I know. But people on whatever Find Out Now is, a bingo website? No, survey website. Anyway.
Bingo.
But they're dropping rapidly now. What? Find Out Now? But that's how they get their poll.
No, I was laughing at bingo.
Well, I couldn't remember if it was a bingo site, but it's a survey website. It looks like a bingo website.
Where I go for all my political opinions.
That's where they get them, though. So I've been on there, I registered, and you have to, this is how it works with Find Out Now, is they get all their polling data from a survey website. So you can go on and you can win prizes on this website by filling out surveys.
Right now,
you know what I mean? And they do daily surveys, and if you do the survey at 11 o'clock, you could win this 200 quid. And that's how they get their perpetual polling, because some of the surveys include politics and often Reform UK. So it's a really skewed demographic. I put a long post out about it last year, and I had the actual head of polling from Find Out Now contact me on Twitter, and he sent me a long DM about how it's like effective polling, but I might read it out one day.
I've got an issue with that, because unless you're specifically going to do it because you want to throw your opinion in, that's overridingly surely going to appeal to people on the poorer end who are stuck for cash.
Course.
Because I remember when they first came out about 10 years ago, I tried to do it, and I'm like, you'd have to do like 5,000 hours to get a £10 Amazon voucher, and fuck
Exactly.
that. So I stopped doing it. But so it's skewed before they've even begun.
That's exactly what I wrote in my article last year. 100%.
Sorry.
No, but you're dead on right. That's exactly right. Because it hits that demographic harder than it hits any other, doesn't it? It's people who need a bit of extra cash, so they're prepared to spend the time filling out these surveys.
And who've got time.
Yeah, exactly. Who can sit at home and spend some time.
Yeah.
Because they may not be working or what have you, or they may not be well. And so that is their baseline demographic. And that's what I said. And
how many CEOs are doing them?
Yeah, that's exactly
Do you know what
I mean? Middle class, people, GPs, teachers. None of these people are doing this, are they? It's people that, for whatever reason, they've got this bit of time on their hands. They're looking for work or whatever, and they need some extra cash. So yeah. Anyway, Find Out Now is a very skewed polling company.
Although what I will say. Oh, that's interesting, actually. Oh, they do take so long because they take every detail off you they feasibly can.
Oh yeah, they do.
So they know who's filling in what that earns what, if you know what I mean. So I could be doing them a disservice, but you would. They must be able to. What are the words I'm looking for? Tease it out.
Extrapolate. Yeah.
Yeah. But they'd still struggle for high earners filling them in, because who could be asked? You'd have to have an addiction to them.
Yeah, that's it. No, they definitely take a lot of detail. I might put a link into my article, actually, like I wrote last year about it, because it is an interesting one, and I did get the head of polling did contact me about it. In fact, I'll write something down and we'll talk about it next week, and I'll speak to the Find Out Now guy, because it is an interesting way they do it, but it is a skewed demographic all the way. But anyway, so yeah, Reform are sort of nearly every poll, particularly YouGov, Techne, I can't remember the other ones this week, have had them down to 25%, 23%, which I've said since day dot. 23% plus minus 2 is their natural home. I don't think they'll ever get above that. They just don't have it. How do you think Nigel Farage is taking the news that Reform are falling in the polls?
Is he shouting double loud, Don?
He is.
He's shouting, yay! Guess right again.
Particularly about YouGov, he had a right old moan about YouGov. He said they must be using a weird discounting process to bring our figures down.
Right, I could be mixing my politicians up.
No, you're not.
Who started YouGov, or at least bought part of it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Kwasi?
No, Nadeem Zahawi.
I'm getting them mixed up then.
Kwasi's
just on the crypto with, isn't it? Sorry, I'm getting my terrible, terrible politicians confused. They're all so similar and stupid and evil.
Nadeem Zahawi, who is a member of Reform UK now, did start YouGov. That was his business. He was part of it.
Ah, right, okay.
It's the company that he got fined £5 million from HMRC for forgetting to declare his tax on, was YouGov, when he sold it. So, but yeah, so Farage has been whining and moaning and bitching about bloody polls. Poll companies are against us now, the electorate are against us. But they've run their course, or they're starting to run their course, I think. They're struggling now, Reform UK. Good. And it's not for lack of, or for the want of Rupert Lowe making a big impact. I think it's because the Greens are making more of an impact. The Greens and Labour are sort of neck and neck across most of the polls.
The Greens are not struggling at the moment. The Greens are doing exceptionally well.
They really are. They're doing the best they've ever done, ever. So, and that's what's pulling Reform down, is the Greens surging upwards. So Tories, Labour, fairly sort of standard, stable, 18, 20%. Greens have gone up from 8 to around 19, 20%. And Reform are being pulled back from their 30 down to 23. So yeah, it's sort of, things are ironing out a bit. I think the May elections might have a bit of a surprise for Nigel Farage. I really do.
Yeah, so, I don't think he's going to do as well as he thinks he is.
No, I really don't think so. And we had 5 local by-elections yesterday. They only won 1 out of the 4 they lost. So, whereas
Who were the other winners?
The Greens got 2, I think. The Lib Dems got
Only
a couple.
2?
But yeah.
No.
But this time last year, Reform were doing really well in local by-elections time after time, and they kept winning quite a lot. I mean, they've lost most of those councillors now, but they did. They did win them.
It was pretend, though, because they weren't real people wanting to do the job.
Did you see George? Oh, I've forgotten his name.
I saw they were having a vote on him, weren't they?
A vote of no confidence in the leader of Warwickshire County Council, George Finch. Is that his name?
How did that go? Yeah, it is.
It hasn't gone yet, I don't think. I think it's next week.
They've not done it yet. Oh, I can't wait for him to be booted into the sea.
George Finch. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, basically.
Terrible little shit that he is.
20-year-old Warwickshire County Council leader has facing a vote of no confidence. I think it's, where is it, next week? Oh, he's 90. Oh, no, he is 20. Yeah, on the 17th of March. So next week it's happening. So yeah, Tuesday. It'd be interesting. But basically, he's been whining on social media saying, "Oh, it's about my age," and people keep saying they're.
Well, it is in that you're thick.
You just don't know anything. Yeah, and the council's been run into the ground, and you can't allow a 19-year-old to.
Not having a go at him. All 20-year-olds relative to meeting the demands of a political position are thick.
Exactly.
I was, you were, my son is. Everybody who's 20, no.
Here's a budget of 20 or whatever it is, £17 billion to run your council, and you're 20 years old. Of course you can't do it.
Go away, find your feet, come back when you're 35.
Yeah, exactly.
George Finch.
Oh, yeah, that was it. So, yeah, that'll be interesting for next week's pod, or one of next week's pods, and we'll see what happens with that. But
yeah.
The only other reform thing I've got, it's sort of reform. I'm going to say it's reform. I've been chatting to Isabel Oakeshott again this week, the last few days.
Again? She's obsessed with you.
Oh, I know.
Do you know what? I loved that comment you made, though. I thought it was hilarious.
About the free speech.
The one where you said, no, the one where a 60-year-old was arrested in Dubai, and you said, Isabel, is it you?
So that's it. I said, so it was a Daily Mail article. A British tourist 60 is arrested in Dubai after filming footage of Iranian missiles. I said, this is a wonderful haven of free speech, beloved of Isabel Oakeshott. And I tagged her in and said, hi, Isabel, care to comment? Is it true you'll be locked up for free speech in your chosen country of residence? So Isabel replied to me, and she said,
so funny. I'm amazed she replied.
Well, wait for her reply. She said, have you heard of Lucy Connolly? That was it, her reply. I said, come on, Isabel, we can do better than that.
Have you seen the Dow? What the fuck is she on about?
Well, she's not allowed to speak. She can't tweet anything political because she's being monitored. So that's as much. She's in the UAE. They're monitoring. What do you mean?
Oh, okay. I'm being very thick. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so
she can't. It's her job.
No, but she can't tweet because there's a contract with influencers and political people in the UAE, especially since the war started. They're not allowed to tweet negative things about the war, about the country, I mean. So that's why I put this out, because I was baiting her, because I know she's not allowed to retaliate.
You clever thing. She's 2 years older than me, so what you said was hysterical. And it'll really bother her.
Yeah, I know. But so that was her reply to me, is, have you heard of Lucy Connolly? And that's about this, because I know that's all she can tweet. She can't say anything political about the hot country she's in, because she'll get put in prison. So I said, come on, Isabel, you can do better than that, surely. I said, Lucy Connolly pleaded guilty to inciting racial hatred. I said, would you be willing to answer my question? Are the UAE policing the tweets as well as the streets? Silence.
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, no, there's a contract that they've been forced to sign in the UAE that they're not allowed to post negative remarks about the country they live in. So, yeah, it's very, very strict. That's why that guy's getting banged up for filming the missiles hitting Dubai.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I know. But she hasn't replied to my second remark, and that was
And yet she's staying there, yeah, because cheaper and stuff. Isn't Dubai getting absolutely whopped?
It is, but you're not allowed to say it, but it is getting battered. I think there was a figure this morning about how many missiles they'd been launched at Dubai, and it's like 2,000 or something crazy. They're really going after Dubai, I guess, because it sort of impacts Trump and the financial markets because of all the people that live there, the wealth that is
It's an
there.
absolute viper's nest, isn't it?
It is. Did you see what's his name? Louis Theroux's put out that thing just talking about Dubai.
I'm waiting for Will to come home to watch it tonight.
Are you going to watch it with him? Yeah, I'm going to watch it maybe later.
He spent the last 5 years winding me up over Andrew Tate. Which I guess in a way is, at least he knows he's using it as a joke and he doesn't take it seriously. But
no, that's good.
It really, really bothers me, obviously, which is why he thinks that's hilarious. So we're going to sit and watch it together, and I'm going to, because he loves Louis Theroux, he's obsessed with him. He's watched everything he's done 3 times, and
there's worse people to be.
Well, I mean, yeah, I've watched all the Louis Therouxs when they came out because he's that good. And then, of course, Will comes along, gets into it. Mum, do you want to watch it with me? So I had to watch them all a second time. Do you want to watch them again? I love Louis Theroux, just not that much.
Not 3 times in a row, yeah.
So
enough.
Tonight's going to be a nice fresh one for us.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it over the weekend. But there's no sort of coincidence that the social media, Twitter particularly, has been awash with dickheads since that came out, because Louis Theroux's made all these Jim Bro Dubai residents look like chumps. He really did.
Look like what they are.
Like incel toss bags. And there's been a lot of increased misogyny, shall we say, since the documentary came out. And that's sort of
kiss my fat white ass.
But it led me into the thing about Hannah Spencer, because Hannah Spencer, the Green MP, who made her maiden speech this week in Parliament, and has been getting battered left, right, and centre.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I read. Well, I've seen the clip.
Oh, I had a very wet face.
Yeah, no, she's excellent, but she's getting so much stick for the way she dressed, and the way she looks. It's crazy, and I think this may be linked with the Louis Theroux thing, because these dickheads are really butthurt by being put, by Theroux, really going after them, that they're really taking it out on women online, which is what they're good at. But Hannah looked great, I thought. She looks really colourful. She looks brilliant. Uh-oh. What?
Oh, God, that's annoying.
What's annoying?
Sorry, carry on. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it fuck sticks. I didn't. Oh, sorry, carry on. I shouldn't have interrupted.
It's all right. No, I was just saying, I just don't understand why people are going after Hannah Spencer. I saw some woman this afternoon had got AI to put her into a blouse and a pencil skirt and have her hair in a blonde bob. And she said, this makes it all better. This is how she should look. It's why are you getting AI to make this person look like some sort of cookie cutter trad wife? It's just crap. And this was a woman, but it turns out she was a TERF.
How imbecilic do you have to be to think that what a person wears or how they present themselves is the most important thing?
But it's been gone mad today.
The second you hear an ad hominem attack, you know the person is thick as shit.
Yeah, of course.
Facebook. I've been on Facebook today. That's why I was...
right.
Because there's loads of green stuff. Who the fuck's that laughing at, though? I don't think it's set the person it should be. No, when I was scrolling through before, I found I shared a Facebook post by Nick Buckley. And I didn't, because I'm not used to being on Facebook very much, I didn't think to screenshot it, and he's deleted it. And he was basically, I said...
He's vile.
Yeah. Where's it? No. How thick would you have to be to vote for these absolute monsters? Imagine being a woman and voting for this bloody, Oh no, I don't know where it's gone. He's deleted it. Shit. Yeah, but it literally said feminists are the worst or something like that. Oh, it was outrageous.
He's a horrible, horrible man, Nick Buckley.
Oh, imagine being female and voting for these abject monsters. It boggles the mind. Nick Buckley is a thick, dishonest, racist bigot who couldn't find his arse with a roadmap. And he deleted it! Maybe that's why he deleted it, Don. Oh, so maybe it was a success.
Quite possible. Yeah, no, that's good effort, I think.
I just wish I'd screenshot it.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe it's worth being on Facebook after all.
Might be. I just think it's just ludicrous. Like, loads of people saying how, like, because she's wearing colourful clothing. Like, have you seen Giles Brandreth, the Conservative peer, like, or Boris Johnson, or whoever? I can't even think of who else, but, you know, Johnson was the scruffiest bag of shit you've ever seen in your life. Hannah Spencer looks good. She looks cool. She looks... And
she's colourful and fun and breezy.
I
mean, you're talking about people who think the extreme left is, you know, people not dying and starving. Apparently that's extreme now. Their Overton window is fucked.
It is. But more importantly, it's like, it's nobody's fucking business. She can wear whatever she wants. Back down, you big losers. Darren Grimes was one of them. There's a picture popped up on Darren Grimes when I wrote about this earlier.
Lord Charles.
I think it was Miffy had posted.
If we're going to play that fucking game.
Yeah, but he used to walk around with like his blonde hair. He looked like a sort of 1980s rent boy from an 80s
He
film.
looks like Frank Sidebottom. But what he looks like doesn't matter. The fact that he's racking up tens of thousands of pounds of cost in council fees because of all the complaints made about him is another thing that actually does matter.
I know. Yeah, you're right.
To literally critique somebody's choice of clothing or attire is so backwards. It just reveals so much about the person. And it generally means that they're very insecure about what they look like because they project.
Yeah, exactly.
Took me decades to figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but fuck 'em, Hannah Spencer. You look cool to me.
She rocks.
She does. I think she's brilliant. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is Banknotes.
Could I just, before we go on to Banknotes, could I just mention that there's been a massive rise in people contacting everybody Zach Polanski's ever had a conversation with to try and dig some dirt up.
Yeah, there has.
I heard he had a centre parting at school.
Fuck yeah.
So but it's gonna get wild because they've got nothing on him. So what are they going to do? They can't do the anti-Semitism thing again because that's been done. When nobody's falling for this sectarianism nonsense.
No. The only
How
thing
about you just go away and realise that unfettered capitalism has had its day?
The only thing they keep rehashing about is sort of hypnotism thing that he was, you know, I mean, it's silly, but it's nothing, is it?
It's silly, and he was an actor.
Yeah,
and he was conned by a Sun journalist. If you go and find out the real story,
I know it's nothing.
He's guilty of being gullible when questioned by a journalist when he was younger.
Absolutely,
I've done it. I did it when I was 16 with a Telegraph journalist.
Did you?
I didn't hypnotise anyone. No, they came to interview like the female rugby players when women's rugby was starting to be a thing again. And I brought up like some of the players being gay, and it got into the article, and they sort of initially I was like hated because I'd opened a can of worms, and then they realised actually, no, you've opened a conversation that we all need to talk about.
Yeah.
But you know, I got it in the neck for a couple of weeks.
Right.
And then that's when I thought, do you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to go and not play with the boys, but go and work with the boys in rugby.
Yeah.
So that's when I did that. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But you don't know. When you're young, you think other people are as honest as you are if you're an honest person. And it's very rare.
You have that sort of inbuilt naivety that you think people are nice. Yeah. I know.
You're a professional person. You're not going to do me over.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, should we end on Banknotes? Because it's just madness. It's just crazy.
Outrageous. That matters not to anybody of any description. Who gives a shit?
I know. So, in case anyone doesn't know, I don't know how you couldn't because it's been everywhere, but there's been a consultation by the Bank of England, and they're going to change the figures the images on our banknotes again, because they do it regularly. And this time they're not going to have people. It went to consultation and there was a vote. 60% of the public wanted nature and wildlife. Only 38% wanted historical figures. So it wasn't even close, really. But because of this, Winston Churchill's going to be removed. And that has sent people into some sort of apoplectic fit of rage, even though he's only been on there for 10 years. Like, they seem to think that it's like the death of the country.
Is it a thing that they change it like every so many years?
So okay. I wrote about it today. It only started in the 1970s, and in the 70s they had Isaac Newton, Wellesley, Florence Nightingale, and Shakespeare. Changed it again in the 90s. But what they change it for security reasons. So when they need to update the security within the notes to stop counterfeiting and forgery.
So they're changing it anyway.
Yeah. And so they changed it in the 90s, then again in 2007. And then in 2016, when the first sort of polymer notes came out, we got rid of paper notes. And that's when Winston Churchill came on the notes on the fiver. It was 10 years ago. That was it. So they do it and they update it regularly, and it is for security reasons. So they've said that by putting animals on, it would actually increase the security.
Beavers!
And make it much harder to forge.
Give me beavers!
I was going to say the right wing have melted down about the fact that it's, oh my God, you can't take Winston Churchill off. He's the savior of the world. Thick. But it's not just the right wing.
Now do the ECHR.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Pick a lane, Dickens.
But they're also, they're not up in arms about Alan Turing coming off as well. But
of course they're not.
Yeah. But yeah, Ed Davey was at it, I saw, put out a video about it. And then Lewis Goodall, off the newsagents, was going on about how it was, Churchill was the end of fascism, sorry.
Churchill is why the suffragettes had to get violent.
Churchill was a wanker.
He was a racist, alcoholic, bigoted cunt.
He was, and he killed.
He may or may not have been of his time. Yeah. Was he the Boer War? Or am I getting my history mixed up?
He went into India, though, and cleared out India and did a lot of colonial.
It was a colonial
murdering.
Shit, yeah?
Yes. But, I mean, yes, he did great things in the war, of course, and nobody's going to take that away from him. But personally, he was an arsehole. And as you say, he was a racist bigot. But anyway, regardless, he's only been on the note for 10 years. It's going to get changed one way or the other. So he was always going to get removed. Fuck it, stick a badger on. I'm happy with a badger or a beaver or a squirrel. I mean,
red one.
I said in my post that, I could see the outrage if they were going to replace Chucky sausage fingers, with a grey squirrel or something. But
do you see I'd be up for that?
Well, yeah, so would I. But you could kind of understand the outrage a bit, but not with bloody Churchill or who's on it at the moment. Churchill, Jane Austen, Turner,
history, do they?
Of course not. That's the problem. And they've only been going since 1970, and even the monarch's only been on since the 60s. We didn't have any pictures on it until the 1960s, so it's not like in the Magna Carta like these people love to quote. So, yeah.
Just FYI, while we're on it, also Einstein Dickens, massive misogynist.
Does not surprise me.
Not nice
that was
man
kind of
at all.
De rigueur for these people. No.
Again, of its time, I guess, but
yeah. So anyway, fucking banknotes. There was a guy on Question Time last night, and he basically ranted that it was a leftist plot, and it was down to the Green Party that they were taking it off. I'll put the clip in because it's ridiculous.
I just feel that it's a complete unnecessary move. It's obviously going to be at a cost to change it to animals, and I question where this country would be without such a great leader as Winston Churchill was.
Yeah. And why do you think it's a radical left thing?
These Greens who won the seat next to mine, so I live in the Duckingfield constituency with Angela Rayner as my MP. Obviously, the Greens won my seat, and yes, they're what I deem the radical left and a danger to our country and society economically.
I shared it this morning from Farage. You got a quote, but This guy went on a rant and said it was a leftist plot to remove Winston Churchill, and it was all down to the Green Party.
That reminds me.
Of course, it's bollocks.
I need to do some reading and taking in when I've got a bit of brain space, but they're making cuts to mental health services.
Of course they are.
Which won't help that fella in the question time audience or anybody else.
No, definitely not. Well, yeah, we'll come back to that when we know a bit more about it. But
yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's fine. So we've done all right considering we thought we didn't have much to talk about. We've hit an hour and 3 minutes already. So,
oh, God.
Well, we'll take a bit out in the edit, but not much. But
well, let's hope it's not a terrible weekend full of insane things.
Well, yeah, let's hope. It will be, but I'm sure something weird will happen. But, we'll keep an eye on it.
I did find out a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Was it yesterday, the attack on the synagogue in America?
Yeah.
Guy with the car. Yeah. His immediate family had just been slaughtered in Lebanon.
Have they really? Oh, God.
That's why because these things don't happen in a vacuum.
No. Right, I see.
So not excusing it, don't agree with it, but you will make people mentally ill if you do these things to their nearest and dearest. It's literally human nature.
Yeah, definitely. That's not so good. Not good at all.
So sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
Not a nice thing to end on. Shall I send you a clip again of somebody doing something?
Yeah, let's find
just
something
so
funny
end with a giggle.
Definitely. Yeah. We'll put a nice funny clip in of someone funny.
Somebody to make us all giggle.
You'll be surprised this week because I'll wait till the edit and see what Sal sends me.
Yeah, even I don't know what I'm going to go and find on Instagram now, but
yeah.
There's a guy on Instagram I love, but I can't put it on here because he basically does a voiceover of his very, very vocal cat screaming about ICE and America and Trump, and it's hysterical, but it'd be no good for people listening and not watching. So.
No.
Hit me up on Instagram, you can see him there.
Yeah, all right. Cool. Right, so with that, have a good weekend, I'd say, and we'll be back next week with, don't forget we're going to have Emma Monk as our guest on Monday/Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we'll catch up with everything else as well and do a normal episode next week.
Yeah.
So sign up. Oh, hang on. Got to say it. noholdsbarredpod.com is our website. And if you want to join us on Patreon where you get to see...
You really should say it's a sexy website because it's a very sexy website.
Thank you.
And I know it's your own creation, so you don't like to blow your own trumpet, but I will because it's unreal.
Thanks. Talking of blowing my own trumpet, that sounds a bit weird. I meant to say, I've got two things I was going to say. See, I can't even remember to promote myself. I had a front page on West England Bylines this week about media bias. It was quite an interesting article. It's gone down quite well. And also this week, yesterday, I was asked, on Substack, there's an account called Satirical Planet News, who's brilliant. And it's run by a guy called Bill and his AI companion called Willie. So they're Willie and Bill. And they do a project called 3 Questions. And with writers they send the AI into all of my writing and have it analyzed psychologically. And they break it all down. So he sent me like 30 pages of AI breakdown of my articles and my writing style. And then he formulates it into 3 questions. And it was like one of the most challenging things I've ever done to come up with the answers to these 3 questions. So I'll put a link to that because it's very bizarre.
So what does he then do with that?
It's on his Substack. So I'll put a link on his Substack. It's just a project he's running with sort of writers across on Substack. And it was the most challenging thing I've done writing wise so far to try and explain myself really and sort of look at my sort of self psychologically and why I do what I do.
Well, that's all I ever do. That's shit.
I've not done that before. I just kind of do it and forget about it. So. Anyway, that's my self-promotion done. Yeah, and then Patreon, if you want to see and hear us a day early than everyone else, patreon.com/
just support us. It's very nice.
Yeah, that as well. So that's the admin bit out of the way. And yeah, have a great weekend. See you next week.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.
Welcome to Broken News. The Epstein Files. Jeffrey Epstein, Iran, massive distraction from the Epstein Files. Joining me now, Jeffrey Epstein correspondent, Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey. Massive distraction, Iran, Cuba next, distraction, Epstein Files.
Jeffrey Epstein, Peter Mandelson. Jeffrey Epstein, the Epstein Files. Iran, huge distraction, Peter Mandelson.
Prince Andrew, Peter Mandelson. Jeffrey Epstein, Epstein Files. Trump, Iran, distraction, Peter Mandelson.
Absolutely. Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, Epstein Files, huge distraction, Iran, Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey, thank you. What a Jeffrey Epstein. That's all from Jeffrey Epstein, the Epstein Files. Massive distraction.